back again. Oh, we have missed it. Let's play a game of Would Kmart Be Shocked? Let's start with this. Kimberly, would you be shocked if Caleb Williams and the Bears make the playoffs this year?
All right, this might be controversial, Vinny. I'm going to say shocked. And for 3 reasons that have nothing to do with Caleb Williams himself. Number one, the division and the conference. They didn't make it last year, and you're going to tell me one of the other teams that made the playoffs last year has to take a step back. I don't see it. Also, the Bears are an organization that has not proven it can develop a quarterback. And number 3, can we just see Caleb put together a good, competitive, play well, get the basics down before we say this kid has to be in the playoffs?
Fair enough. We'll talk about him more as we continue. Let's go to the guy who was drafted after him. Would you be shocked if Jayden Daniels and the Commanders won the division this year?
Greeny, not shocked at all. And I am here to tell you, I am co-CEO of both the Jalen Hurts and Jayden Daniels fan club. It can be done. Listen, Jayden Daniels, this kid is the truth. The same late game heroics, the same feeling of that you get with Lamar and Patrick and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow of like, this team is not out. Jayden has all of that. Look at the monster year he had last year. I expect him to be even better.
A lot of high hopes in Washington. And then let's go to the AFC. Would you be shocked if the Steelers make a trade for Kirk Cousins?
Speaking of having no hope, so with the Steelers, I would be shocked if they went after Kirk Cousins, and here's why. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make financial sense. They have put all their eggs as far as we're going to wait for Aaron Rodgers. We're going to slow play it, see if he comes along. Kirk Cousins has a no-trade clause. So unless Kirk Cousins says, you know what, send me to the AFC North where I can get my head bashed in all the time against the Ravens and the Browns and all these teams, then I just don't see it making sense.
So here's, I would push back on that a little bit, which is to say, if I'm Kirk Cousins, it seems like a place where they need a starting quarterback if Aaron isn't there. And they have, like they traded for DK Metcalf. Yep. They've got some pieces. They obviously have a really good coach and the stability of the organization we're accustomed to. But all of that is predicated upon Aaron Rodgers just continuing to wait. Lewis, what is your reaction to the fact that here we are, June, whatever it is, and we still don't have anything from Aaron?
Well, I mean, look, obviously Pittsburgh has put themselves in this position by being willing to continue to wait for him. Obviously, they also know that with every organized activity that he misses, that is one less chance for him to kind of ingratiate himself to the rest of the locker room, learn the offense, really kind of develop chemistry, all the kind of things that, I think sometimes maybe people get tired of talking about because it's an intangible thing that you can't really quantify, but you damn sure can quantify when the season starts. And all of a sudden the wide receiver and quarterback are all on the same page, they're arguing on the sideline, relationships start to fracture. See, those are the things that right now you're just you're making the likelihood of that happening increase exponentially every single day that he's not there. And really, at this point, I mean, I don't even know if it even makes sense anymore. I don't know if it'll give them the return that I said early on back in February. Like, he is the kind of guy that they actually need. He needs Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh needs him. It made sense back then. I don't know if now they'll get their return on investment.
And this isn't the Jets last year or 2 years ago where it's this desperate franchise and, the savior, Aaron Rodgers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is Pittsburgh Steelers that has all those Super Bowl trophies and has veteran guys in the locker room who think they could be competitive this year. How about Cam Hayward, who's already spoken out publicly, Minka Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt, who's not there in camp right now. Truth of the matter is this, the Steelers, Lewis said, put themselves in this corner. When Aaron Rodgers met with them and the Giants, Aaron Rodgers said, I do not have a timetable. If you're not comfortable with that, go ahead and move on. The Giants promptly moved on and signed Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, and drafted a rookie quarterback that's going to compete for the starting job at some point this season. The Steelers sat on their hands, waited, and said, it's on you. I've gotten texts from Steelers people the last 2 months saying, no update, no update. Guess what? I texted someone this morning. The text was, no update.
And their OTAs are next week. And so here's the bottom line of it. Here's what concerns me if I'm the Steelers or I'm a fan of the Steelers. In order to be what they would want him to be a great quarterback in the NFL, much less to do so at the age of 40, soon to be 41, requires a bordering on maniacal dedication to making it work. That's what we saw from Tom Brady in Tampa. What I'm about to say is not meant as a criticism of Aaron Rodgers. He's a 40, almost 41-year-old man who can do so many different things in his life if he chooses to.
Yeah.
He is not right now not behaving as though he has that maniacal dedication to making this work. And if he doesn't, again, that doesn't make him a bad person. People like him, don't like him, doesn't make any difference to me. But I would be thinking to myself, he doesn't want this enough. That's what I would be worrying about. This isn't the only thing in his life, which is what it would have to be for this to work the way they want it to work.
Yeah, clearly there are other things that take precedent. He's got other priorities right now that he feels as though, look, in his mind, whether you agree with him or not, and I don't know, does anybody know what they are? I don't know what they are. I've never heard publicly about anything, as far as what he is dealing with that is causing him to push the timeline out. But yeah, you're right. He's not all in on it right now. And you know what happens? See, this is the thing that's most important to me. The other players see this, and you see it starting to trickle out in terms of the kind of comments that they're making. And look, I'm telling you, when you're playing with someone, especially a quarterback, who you feel as though is not fully committed, is not all in, I'm telling you at some point it'll cost you. And it won't cost you once. It'll cost you on a continual basis.
Agreed. Here's the thing, to Peter's point, this is what the Steelers set in motion by saying, we'll be patient, you take your time. I don't think it makes logical sense to now say, hey, minicamp's coming, let's draw a line in the sand, because the message given him is take your time.
But when? How much time?
He's not on
this is a lot of time. I know that.
He doesn't. They can't dictate.
No, I didn't. But you talked about moving on, so that's why I'm suggesting you call up Atlanta and you say, let's have a conversation about Kirk Cousins.
The money too. That Kirk is owed a lot of money, guaranteed money this year. If you're gonna say, if we're gonna wait for one aging quarterback, I'll wait for Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, Omar Khan said we will have 4 quarterbacks when training camp comes. It may not be Kirk Cousins. It may be somebody else. It just might not be the high-profile guy that we're
seem
using.
to have not set a breaking point.
Right.
And that is the thing that it's going to wind up putting them in a position that really doesn't allow them to compete at a level they want to compete at.
Final word.
The Cousins situation makes a lot of sense on paper. We discussed this in the production meeting. It's Raheem and Tomlin are as thick as thieves. Those guys, if there was a conversation that could be done, Arthur Smith worked for that organization, didn't end on horrible terms. They could have a conversation. I just don't think the Steelers are really pushing that, and I don't think Cousins is either.
We'll see. Their OTAs, their mandatory camp,